Today's lesson is about evaluating exponential expressions. When you evaluate exponential expressions, we need to keep in mind that there is a base and there is an exponent. And in evaluating exponential expressions, that's what we're going to do first. We're going to identify the base and identify the exponent. So we're going to walk through a series of examples, first with numbers, and then we're going to work with variables. In the first example that we're going to look at, we're going to look at 2 to the third power. We identify the base as 2. And the exponent is 3. Another name for exponent that you might be familiar with is called a power. So when you have an exponent, it indicates how many times you are to multiply the base or use the base as a factor. When you have 2 to the third, it indicates that the 2 will be used as a factor 3 times. And then you perform the multiplication to produce a value of 8. In a different example, if we have -2 to the third power, here the base is -2, and the exponent is the same as before, but it is critical to identify the base. And if we start with a negative number in parentheses, you should proceed with the exercise as you expand in factors also in parentheses. So in this case, we will get -8. Now we're going to walk through an example that will contain variables, but we will treat it the same way as we did with numbers. So when we have an exercise such as 3x to the second power, and we are asked to evaluate it when x equals -2, I recommend that you express the expansion or the expression of the factors in parentheses, and then you will replace the x's with -2. So in this exercise, 3x to the second power, that is equivalent to 3 times x. And then since my value for each x is a negative number, I recommend to express them in parentheses to indicate that each value is specifically a -2. So in this problem, you can multiply 2 problems at a time or all 3. It doesn't matter, just multiply them in any order as the multiplication is commutative. So here it will give you a +12. Now I'm going to write 2 problems for you to practice. And after I write them down, I would like for you to pause the video and then come back to show you the process on how to solve each one of them. So you will try problems 3 to the 4th power and the problem -3 to the 4th power. And then we'll come back to work with variables that will contain exponents in their expressions. So that's the portion of the notebook, and now I will demonstrate how this is uploaded into the computer, these notes. I will pause the video, or you also have the option to stop the video before you proceed with uploading them in the computer. The pen comes with a USB cable, and it has a connection at the end of the pen that I will plug in from the pen to my computer. And the computer will indicate that it has detected the pen, and the information is being transferred from the pen to the computer. Here the Smartpen is transferring the information to the LiveScribe desktop. It takes a few minutes. The information has been transferred, and now you will see the list of pages uploaded here. In this case, page 23 was the lesson plan on evaluating exponential expressions. Now I will transfer this page to turn it into an online document to get a link to it by transferring page 23, taking it to my LiveScribe. It will transfer the pages with the audio. And we can notice in here that we're sharing the data with the LiveScribe Connect. Once that is complete, I will go to LiveScribe online to access the file. The document is being processed. And it's indicated in the status bar that the document was transferred successfully. Now I will go to LiveScribe online and we'll be able to see the document in there and the many choices that we have for sharing the information. It will tend to have the default of a previous document, but if you click on it, you will be able to edit, and then I will just say lesson on exponential, on exponents evaluation. And then here we see the file. The students will have the option to have a full screen of the document, and also if they would like to see the entire document, it will show all the document ink, or it can just see part of it or as you write. If I choose the last option, the students will be able to see the document. So notice the difference between the writings. Now I will minimize the screen, and I wanted to share with you how to get a link to this file. There are many options. The students can share this on Facebook. They can set in an email. So for now, it can also be turned into a PDF file. So I will make this file public in order to be able to have all the other options that I mentioned. Now, to get a link to the file, it's a quick way of getting the link, and you copy the link, and now it's ready to be sent in an email. And that's what I will be doing.